Hello friends around the world, Julie here, and I'm in Australia in the Blue Mountains and I'm doing an Undercliffs Trail. And the Undercliffs Trail reminds me a lot of how my husband and I coming out here to Australia is a very new adventure for us. It's a new place where we don't know, so we're venturing into the unknown where we're not sure where we're going, and we're just following a new path. And then venturing down into the steep unknown and going towards an experience that is very new to you. We have always traveled to new places, and now we're going more into the unknown, which will be towards the caves, symbolized by renting a caravan, and something we've never done. And me myself, I'm very proper and usually like to get ready and spend a long time, a girly girl, so this is very much an unknown thing. Headed towards the caves, as you can tell by this enclosed space, that it can be quite difficult. You've got to do things that you're not used to, ducking down with walking. And in life, things have to get harder before they can get better. And in our camper van, there's a lot less space, and we've got loads of suitcases, so we have to get rid of some stuff so that we could fit for more and not be so cramped. Let's continue. Here we are entering the caves, and that could be symbolized as our first night of actually staying in the camper. We had no idea what to expect, and we first were in Sydney staying overnight and didn't know how the water worked, how any of the supplies worked, and it was much more of the unknown. But we held on to God as this rope as we went into the unknown blindly, almost as if I'm doing it backwards. And the next night we actually decided, let's go to the next national park. We didn't know that you had to actually book a room. So there we were, looking forward to our first good night's sleep, and we had nowhere to go. So we traveled around for quite some time, like 2 hours, before we found a place where we just parked, not knowing if we were going to get towed or not, more into the unknown, and we just continued to travel. And then we got to the point where it was a standstill. The next day we were going to go and do this beautiful hike, and I saw it as I wanted to be refreshed and ready to start my day. Instead, I woke up, was complaining, and said, what in the world am I doing? I don't feel refreshed. I don't know what to do. Me and my husband were at a standstill. I was very upset, and my husband told me some very inspiring words, which was, what are we going to do to move forward? He sympathized with me to make me feel heard. And sometimes in life, it's going to be how it is here. You're just going to be stuck in the cave if you stay there complaining, fixated on what's bad, as opposed to say, where do we go from here? So instead we said, where do we go from here? And we decided, let's go ahead, let's book the room for tonight, let's drink a lot of coffee, and let's continue and to move forward. Here I am getting out of the cave, moving forward with my day, deciding where to go from here, stopped complaining, made plans, said a prayer, and here I am into the next experience. Now after you move and you decide, instead of complaining, I take my husband's advice and take the next step forward on how do we solve the problem. And we decided to drink the coffee and come over here, went for the walk, trusted each other, and now, voila, this is where you are. Even no matter how stuck you feel in life and how difficult your time was, when you take the next step forward and you say a prayer to God and you trust in God and you just keep moving forward, you end up by a waterfall. And God can be symbolized as the refreshing waterfall. In any type of challenging situation, you hold on to the rope, which was God. Good communication with Josh, which is my symbolism of how God, I see him working in my own husband and things that he teaches me. And here we are. My prayer for you is that you will be able to always, when you're stuck and complaining and not where you want to be, trust in the unknown, know that life is a learning process. Be filled with people who will love you and will make sure that you focus on what's the next step. Trust, and that you end up in a beautiful waterfall. And there's only one way to get here, and it's to go blindly backwards and through caves, so to speak. Thank you and have a fabulous day, trusting as you go backwards, narrow, and you end up in a beautiful waterfall.